Yeah, we have Melanie C.
Yay, hello.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great, thank you very much. Well, welcome to Lancaster, welcome to the Bay.
Thank you so much, and it's so beautiful. I've driven down from Newcastle this morning, and it's a glorious day.
Yeah.
So it's just been so lovely.
Oh,
what a gorgeous place you live in.
You'll have to come back.
I shall.
And
I shall. Should and shall at the same time.
Yeah. I'm loving your new single anymore. Honestly, a fantastic record.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm really pleased with it, and it's been received so well. It's lovely.
It's quite a change of direction for you as well, isn't it?
Yeah, to be honest with you, the album's quite different.
Is it?
Yeah, it's still very much a pop album, you know, always be a pop artist. But I wanted to do something a bit more electronic, and there's artists that I love, you know, going back to the 90s, like Massive Attack and Portishead. But then I think electronic music now is really mainstream.
Yes.
You know, so it's everything in the chart seems to be, you know, quite electronic led. And so it's been really nice to kind of just change my sound up a bit.
And it's been quite a few years since you did an album. Do you still get that kind of tinge of nerves when you put one out there for the first time? Especially with change of direction as well.
Yeah, totally.
Do you? Yeah.
You know, it's a labour of love, you know, making a record. Sometimes it's really, really hard. And every time I make one, I think, oh, why do I forget this bit? It's so hard. But it's more kind of because you want it to be brilliant. You want it to be the best it can be. And sometimes getting to that point is a bit of a struggle. But these songs came together, you know, I say quite quickly, but it felt quite effortless because I worked over 3 years quite gently on the album, so it seemed to come together quite easily, and it was just the final stages of getting everything to sound right. So yeah, now it's done. You've worked so hard in it and you're so passionate about it, you think, I'm going to unleash it on the world, and I really hope that people enjoy it.
Must be a weird thing spending that time on an album and unleashing your baby, because it's not yours anymore now, is it? It's out there.
Yeah,
people just dissect.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. But you know what, I think a really good thing, and you know, I think whatever you do, whatever industry you work in, or you know, however you pass your time, if you're happy and you love something, then that should be enough, really. You know, obviously that doesn't sell records, but you know, even if people weren't into it, I love it. So you know, so I'm happy.
And that's the great thing about you, because you have this Red Girl Records, your own record label, so you have no one to answer to other than you.
This is true.
You are the boss, the big cheese. You can do what you like.
Yeah, and this is the first time actually that I've had because you know, often I've been independent for a few years, but I've always had a major label in a certain territory, whether it's been in, you know, in Germany or, you know, elsewhere. And so therefore you do have to compromise a little.
Of course.
But this time, no compromise. This is just me.
You just ask yourself what you want to do. Yes. Fantastic. So is that what we can expect from the album, a sort of more dancey sound?
Yeah, there's more dancey, more electronic, atmospheric. You know, it's quite personal lyrically in places, and you know, it's the same old Melanie C. But what did I say the other day? It's like a souped up version. For 2016.
Great, okay, I like that. And you always have really personal lyrics. I'm really keen to know this. I mean, when you write these personal songs, obviously you're in a time and a place. When you perform those songs years later, does it take you back to that kind of emotional turmoil? Does it sort of wrench your heart again?
It can do, you know. And you know, obviously I've been so lucky in my career. I've done so many different things, you know. I've worked in musical theatre, I've worked with other artists, and often I've sang other people's songs. And, you know, I always find a place to, you know, to draw that emotion from. But you can't beat the real thing, you know, when it's your own words and your own experience.
Oh, fantastic. I saw you in Blood Brothers a few years ago. I love that musical.
Oh, it's a great musical, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you planning on doing any more musicals? Or?
Well, there's none planned at the moment, but I'm sure and hopefully that will be in my future at some point.
Because that must be the hardest work. It's like 7 shows a week, 7
8 shows a week.
Oh, it's crazy.
8 shows a week, yeah.
It's crazy.
It's bonkers. I have to say, you know, obviously with the girls, we worked like lunatics in the, you know, the 90s. We never stopped. But working in the theatre, I worked in the West End for 6 months, and it was the hardest thing I've ever done.
Well, you've got to be on it every day, haven't you? Well, twice a day some
Absolutely.
days. You know, yeah.
Yeah, and, you know, and that particular role, I played Mrs. Johnston in Blood Brothers. It's a really hard role. It's really emotional. Yeah. There's some big sings in there. And, it took over my life. I didn't have time for anything else.
I bet you're a wreck after coming out. Have to tell me it's not true every night.
Every night, crying every night. Yeah. It was brilliant, but amazing. What an incredible thing to do. It taught me so much, and I really hope it's made me a better performer.
Elizabeth, joining me in the studio, we have Melanie C.
Yay, hello.
Now, you're going on tour shortly. obviously you're a working mum. Do you take the kids on tour? How does that work? How
Yeah,
do you juggle stuff?
you know what, it's tough. What I've found I have to do is, obviously, my little girl's 7 now, so school's getting very serious. But of course, I can't be dragging her out of school every 5 minutes.
Course,
It's important. So I try to, move things around her, and if I'm away from her, then it's not for too long. So yeah, it's a bit of a, oh gosh, I think it's like all mums, isn't it? And all working mums and dads. It's a bit of a jigsaw puzzle. So you're always trying to have the balance.
So it's a tour dates are very carefully planned, so you can get back home and get things sorted.
Definitely.
Fantastic. Who are you listening to at the moment, Mel?
My big obsession is Jack Garrett. Oh, yeah. Love that album. And I've been a fan of Sia since way back when she was the vocalist.
She's ridiculously talented, isn't she?
It's insane.
Yeah.
And, I've loved her since she was a vocalist with 07, back in, I think it was 2001. Their big album, Simple Things, came out. And yeah, I've kind of followed her career, because although she's this enormous star now, her back catalogue, if people aren't aware of Sia's back catalogue, they should check it out, because she's been making wonderful pop music for years and years.
Fantastic. Now, Melanie, I apologise for what's coming next. Right, we quite often do this on the show. It's a little bit of a game.
Okay.
If you don't mind playing a game.
I don't mind a game.
It's a game of lyrics.
Okay. Oh, this sounds right up my street.
Oh, good. Okay, that's good. Yeah. Song lyrics.
Yeah.
Your song lyrics.
Okay.
Now, some people are great at this. Others not so good.
Yeah.
Dido came on and got none. So
Did she? Of her own lyrics?
Of her own lyrics. So you've nothing
hilarious.
to beat. I think it was quite early in the morning. She was, she got fully awake.
Yeah.
But so I think you'll be fine. Okay. Just tell me the name of the song title, please.
Okay.
Covered up in scars that should be starting to heal. And it's from
Weak.
Yes. Okay. Who am I to burst your bubble if it's all you got to get you through another night?
It's not me.
And it's from Beautiful Intentions. Who am I to burst your bubble if it's all you got to get you through another night?
Is that okay? It's coming to me. It's coming to me. Is it Take Your Pleasure?
No.
Ah.
Do you want to know?
Go on.
Never Say Never.
Oh, is it? Oh, there you go. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, yeah.
It's so hard out of context, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
They hang like shadows in my mind.
Ah.
And it's from This Time album.
Ah.
You've got it, haven't you? 'Cause they hang like shadows in my mind.
No, you've got me on that one.
Out of Time.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, Out of Time. You're right.
I've got some proper obscure stuff, haven't I?
You have.
It's too easy doing the
It's
singles.
harder than I thought. Ooh.
Okay, right. Love turns on like a light in your head.
I'm going to say, do I?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, we're doing all right.
I'm impressing myself on that one.
And the final one. This is quite an old one, so you might be reaching back for this one. So much to ask you, can't find a way.
I wonder what it would be like.
No.
Okay.
So much to ask you, can't find a way from Northern Star album.
No, I can't get it.
Suddenly Monday.
Oh!
Which is a great song, that.
Yeah, should have got that one.
2 out of 5, that's not bad.
That's not bad.
That's not bad. Well, the new album's called Version Me. It's out on 21st of October.
Yeah.
Single is Any More, out 14th. You're going to be touring at some point soon?
Yeah, we're doing a few shows. We've got a couple of London dates just to launch the album, really, but we'll be doing a much more extensive tour
Fantastic.
of the UK and everywhere, hopefully. Lots of far-flung places, probably next year.
You're excited to get back on the road?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, it's wonderful in the studio and it's great making a new record, but really it's all about getting out there and playing it live.
Of course, yeah. Well, good luck with all those, and
Thank you.
thank you so much for talking to
Thanks
us.
for having me.